Welcome to another video, family. As I promised earlier, I'd be talking about flags, and flags, just like architecture, um, which creates the Roman and the Greek uh, structures that house the Nephilim spirits of the fallen angels, called disguised as pagan deities. Flags are very important for nations. And the flags that I'm going to be addressing are basically symbols or geographical markers on this three-dimensional plane that actually symbolize the meeting between the surface world and underworld. Okay, the base of the fallen angels. Okay, and the Nephilim offspring. Okay, and these symbols usually take the form, well, first, generally, many flags have stars on their flags, and the stars actually represent the fallen angels. But many others have symbols of crosses or X's, and these symbols actually represent the meeting of the two planes, actually the surface plane and the diagonal bars represents the plane of the underworld, okay, the subterranean world that was created by the fallen angels, and the world that the so-called Germanic tribes descended into, the children of Cain descended into after they were driven from the surface or the face of the earth, as spoken of in the book of Genesis. Okay, and if you look closely at countries like Georgia, which is in Russia, or Iceland, or the UK, and even the Confederate flag, and definitely the flag of Zionist, the Israeli Zionist State of Israel, which shows the pyramid pointing up and the pyramid pointing down, which both symbolizes the surface world and underworld. This is a rulership showing that these people actually hold allegiance and DNA, blood origin, consciousness, and spirit from the meeting of these two planes or two worlds. Okay, and it's very significant because all of these bloodlines represent a confederation, or they are confederate against true Israel. Okay, Jacob, and his seed, which was prophesied to take rulership from Esau. Jacob is to pull the heel of Esau down, and Esau is the ending of the age, and Jacob and his offspring are the beginning of the new age or new world order. Okay, so this is what these groups are trying to prevent now, and have been trying to prevent for some time. Okay, so once again, flags are very important, just like architecture. They are symbols, they are three-dimensional symbols of their allegiance to the meetings of the two planes, okay, the surface world and underworld. And this is how they communicate to each other. So stay tuned for the next video, where I'm going to be going into what I believe is the bloodline of the so-called people that we, as true Yasharal or Israel, should be focusing on. Okay, and that group is the what they call the Gauls. Okay, I've already addressed the Sumerians and the Scythians. Okay, and these groups, they split into two parts. One group went west and corrupted the bloodlines in Europe, and another group went south and they corrupted the bloodlines in what is now Persia, Turkey. They went on down into the Middle East and came around into North Africa. Okay, and this one bloodline also created what we today call the Ashkenazim, the Sephardim. Okay, and of course mixed with the bloodlines of Cain, the so-called Germanic races, and also mixed with the so-called Moors, Canaanite Moors, okay, and some of the other Hamitic races. So with that, I'm going to say enjoy the rest of your day. Please stay tuned for that next video about Gaul, and I'm going to be showing the significance of how Gaul really explains this bloodline, where the cross, if you look at Georgia, Russia, which is between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, this is where this bloodline has chosen to make their surface world base. Okay, but the bloodline actually stems from the hole at the North Pole is where the entrance to Underworld is. If you look at the old 15th century maps, you will see a hole at the North Pole. And this is where these bloodlines actually originated from. Okay. They didn't originate on the surface. They originate from Underworld through the Nephilim bloodlines. Okay. So with that, I'm going to say enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, I'm under a shadow ban. So please subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Shalom.